Okay, what does it mean when we say Cypher rules apply? I'm Vincent Stephen Ong. I am the founder of the Cypher Renaissance Brass Band. I've heard Cypher described by other people as being a, quote, high-stakes jam session. And I think that is true, and I think that's a good way of putting it. To answer the question of who can and should sit in, first of all, think what's the difference between an open mic and a jam session? And I think the difference there is that at an open mic, you get your 2 minutes, you do whatever you want, it's great. At a jam session, other people have to want to jam with you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, we sometimes say that Cypher is not truly a jam. Now, what I mean by that is that at a jam, you go, you play your song with some people, you take a solo, it's that sort of thing. You're not really usually all that concerned about the structure of the song in terms of the way you do it if you're recording or performing a show. But with Cypher, we really do care about that. What we're trying to do is not just jam, but it's to create a coherent musical statement altogether. We're trying to make a track, we're trying to make a song altogether. We're trying to bring out the best out of everybody that's on stage. So in that sense, it is not just an anything goes jam session. I think it was Shem that said a bad jam is a jam and a good jam is a song, and I'm totally stealing that. That's a great little thing. So on more concrete terms, what do you need to sit in? Well, first of all, I can speak about an instrumentalist. I'm an instrumentalist, I play sax and keys. What is required is, first of all, knowledge of the style of hip hop, or many styles that encompass hip hop. If a vocalist comes up and says, I want to do a West Coast G-funk type of vibe, well, us instrumentalists, we got to know what that is. We got to be able to recreate that sound a little bit. At the end of the day, it's really our job to inspire the vocalist, the instrumentalist I'm saying, to create a track, create a beat that makes the vocalist want to come up. So we got to know about styles. Of course, you also have to know all your chords and scales. You got to know types of rhythms and stylistic markers of different styles. You got to know your shit. It's as simple as that. Most of the players at Cypher are professional players. They do this for a living. A lot of the people that come through either are professionals or are intending to become professionals. They're taking what they're doing very seriously. So if you're working at your craft, if you have the right intentions, if you're working at your craft, you're intending to get as good as you can, get better, then yes, you're definitely welcome. We do post repertoire every single week, and this is a fantastic way to learn stylistic stuff. On the vocal side, I would say, first of all, I'm not a vocalist, so take this with a grain of salt. Are you a freestyle rapper? Are you a singer who's going to do some verses that you've worked out in advance? Are you going to do a written, all this kind of thing? Do you know how to count bars? Do you know how to hear the structure of a song and know when is the appropriate time to come in? Have you performed with a live band before? Do you know how to share your time so it's not 40 verses from just you, but you're sharing the microphone time with other people? You're not coming in on top of a hook or coming in on top of an instrumental solo or some other thing. I would say that kind of summarizes. You got to be professional, you got to be working on your stuff, you got to be good, you got to be listening to what other people are doing, you got to know your essentials in terms of whether it's counting bars or knowing harmony, all this kind of thing. And you gotta have a good time.